Thank you, Callum. Do you want a couple of minutes to get your breath before the questions? Or?
Fire away.
Does anybody?
Yeah.
Callum, would you be kind enough to tell us something of your backstory about how you came through piping and where you are now?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I started when I was 7 years old by a man named Bert Smith. I've got an older brother, an older sister. My brother's 5 years older than me, James Beaumont. Fantastic player in his own right. Amazing player, actually. And always been someone I've always looked up to, even though he's not competed all the time. It's been someone who I've always tried to get after in such a way. But we had a man come to the house, Bert Smith. As I say, I was 7 years old. And I think for me it was not easier, but certainly helped having someone older to follow, having someone that I could watch and learn the correct rudiment or movements or embellishments was definitely beneficial. I was never introduced to bands. I never played in a pipe band until I joined Lothian Borders Police when I was 11, I think, 11 years old. And for me that was the perfect start. It allowed me never to have bad habits. Playing in pipe bands brings bad habits. They're a lot of fun, but every pipe band has bad habits. Every single band in the world. And what I mean by bad habits is technique, pure technique, and the easiness just to fit in, and that's about it. It's always harder on your own. And I was very thankful that I was at home and doing that practice. So when I played in the pipe band, I was very fortunate. Grade 1 was my first grade. At 11, I played in grade 1. And it was always about learning the correct methods and the correct ways. And I had a fantastic first pipe major, Callum, and some absolutely tremendous players played in that band. Ian Spears is another one who played in that band. Absolutely tremendous player. One of my favourite players, plus so many others. And it was a great grounding for me. It allowed me to learn everything the correct way. Now that's not to say grade 1's the only way you can learn things correctly, but it was certainly beneficial for me. So I played in that band at quite a young age, and I played there for maybe 2 or 3 years. And always, for me, solos has always been my big thing. Solo piping is always something that I've had a great passion for. And very fortunate enough to be, it's been quite successful. It's been, yeah, I guess it has been quite successful. I've been very lucky with that, and I've always had a great team of people around me to make that happen. It's certainly not just me that does me. My mum and dad, my tutors, Tom Spears was another one of my tutors at such a young age, was one of the best people I could ever have tutor me. Incredible paperwork knowledge, patience. I'm a young boy. I'm sure it must be the grey hairs were coming in quick. I'm sure at my age, trying to teach me. But he was fantastically patient and incredible knowledge, and knew how to hit all the right buttons with me, I think. And then I moved on to Willie McCallum, was my instructor, and everyone knows Willie. I'm sure, absolutely incredible player, but he's more than that. To me, he is the perfect role model. He is someone that is perfectly prepared, someone that handles himself impeccably, and is a true gentleman, an incredible loser as well. And I mean that in the best. He will happily shake your hand and say, well done. To me, if I ever beat him, and that doesn't happen too often, but he's been an incredible person for me to learn off, not just musically and technically, but as a person. And that's, for me, the biggest thing for piping. It's not about being good at pipes, but trying to be the best that I can be as a person. Sometimes it comes across, I hope it does anyway, but it's he's been amazing for me for that, and such a good grounding. And as I say, I've always been very fortunate enough to have really good people. The bands that I played in, some fantastic bands. My time at Shotts was good. My time at SFU was the best time of my pipe band career. Simon Fraser University. I played in that band for 4 years, I think, flying back and forth to Canada. But wasn't just that, it was the experiences I got. I got to stay at Jack Lee's house every summer, his boys, so the same age as me. And for me, as a young boy, looking up to Jack Lee, look, he's won the Glenfiddich last year, he is an idol. He's someone that you will look up to. And I had, excuse me, great times with him, learnt so much to develop my piping, band, solos, everything. Absolutely incredible person, as well as a piper. And then more laterally, my time in pipe bands, I played with Inverary in District. I'm very fortunate that Stuart Liddell's a good friend of mine. He's not just a competitor, and that's competitor. I think's a hard word in solo piping, because I'm very fortunate enough to get to play against the elite. I get to play against the top people in the world, and honestly, it is the best group of people you could ever think of. Yes, we want to win. That's why we compete. We want to win. But there's nothing but help and motivation from others to try and play well. And that's something that I've been so fortunate enough. I'm quite young compared to some of those. I'm sure they won't mind me saying that. But I've been very fortunate enough to learn from the best there's ever been. The very best. Watch them compete at the Glenfiddich, compete against them at the Glenfiddich, but find out little tips on how they do things. And for me, that's the best thing ever. And every single one of them, I mean every single one of them, have been nothing but amazing as people, and help you try and progress. So that group of people are very close. It's a very close-knit group, and that's something that as pipers we should be very proud of, that our best pipers aspire to be good people and not just be competitive. And as I say, that's been where I've got my solo successes have been good, I guess, and that's just a very small part of it. As a living, I teach at Dollar Academy. I'm sure some of you may have heard of this of Dollar Academy. So it's a private school just east of Stirling. And we teach around about 200 pipers and drummers at the school. And we have about, I don't know, 5 pipe bands now. And we have, it's like a conveyor belt. And that's something I'm very proud of, that we're able to help young people play the pipes and learn experiences that I've gained in my short career, I guess. And that's something that I think is really incredible to be part of. And that's my living. It's, speaking earlier, it's not really a job for me. It's more of it's my full-time hobby. And not many people get to have that in life, I don't think. And I'm very lucky to have something that I really enjoy doing. And I get to do this stuff sometimes at nights as well. And it's really good part. So competing for me is a big part of my life, but these other parts is something that I really enjoy. There's nothing more that makes me more proud than to see young ones do well. I get far more satisfaction out of that than my own prizes. And it doesn't have to be a win, it just has to be improvement. And that's something that I love to see. And yeah, I'm now talking a lot. So yeah, that answers the question. That's okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Any others? Yeah.
Is that the pipes that go with the bag?
It goes the other way though, the bag goes towards the pipes. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about your bagpipe and your setup, please?
Yeah. So my bagpipes is a set of heritage. Sorry, a set of heritage silver pipes from R.G. Hardy or Henderson, Peter Henderson. It's a company that I've worked with for the last 3 or 4 years now, and I hope this sounds okay tonight, but I've been delighted with them. It's been an instrument that has been extremely steady, hopefully, and it's really good. So yeah, played them for the last 3 or 4 years. Chanter wise, I've got 2 chanters. My number 1 chanter is the Infinity chanter, Infinity chanter, and I guess it should be that I helped design the chanter, but it's that's something slightly smaller holes I find really comfortable for playing, especially and solos, and it helps young ones as well. But I don't have the biggest fingers in the world, so it definitely helps me with that. Drone reads, I think, is all easy drone. Sorry?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really the best.
All easy drone. Yeah. I use all easy drone. They seem to be okay. I use whatever works. I'm not easy drone. I've used pretty much since I started playing pipes. I never played anything else really ever, and a set of drone reads with them lasts forever as well. I've probably used about 5 sets of drone reads in my career. They just work so well. So I use them. Pipe chanter reed is a McPhee, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a McPhee in that chanter just now. The pipe bag is a Bannatyne bag with the Bannatyne moisture control system in it as well. I'm a really wet blower, so I cannot do sheepskin. I love to use sheepskin, but it doesn't. I'll be drying my pipes after about the second set tonight if I was to play sheepskin. So I've always played synthetic. Is that it? Just a normal water trap. I don't have anything fancy. Yeah, that's what works for me. Yeah.
Thank you, Callum.
Anyone else?
Callum.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Callum.
Yeah.
What was that you done with your top hat you put in your sport?
Oh, that was just my watch. That was just my watch. It was annoying the life out of me.
I thought you watch. I thought you were doing something.
No. It was annoying. It was annoying my wrist. I
thought it was a magic trick.
Oh, I wish.
When we're on our way up from Stansted Airport this afternoon, Callum's other passion is golf. And we're in the bar tonight, and somebody said, "Well, are you a very good golfer?" He said, "Well, I play off 6." And we said to him, "Is there anything you're not good at?" And he didn't reply, so I assume he's very good at it. Callum, you said you enjoyed playing in front of people. Not half as much as we've all enjoyed listening to you tonight. Particularly very poignant the set dedicated to Rod. And on behalf of us all, thank you very much for bearing with us for 2 years and coming down and giving us a real treat here this evening. Thank you very much. Travelled all over Scotland and probably sampled some of the whiskey, but I can guarantee you've probably never had any Suffolk Adnams whiskey.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. It's for rubbing on your legs, not drinking, but it's a token of our thanks, Callum, and thank you very much for coming up. We thoroughly enjoyed your company and your fighting. Have a safe journey home. Thank you very much for supporting us. Keep an eye out for next year. It certainly won't be 2 years, hopefully. But have a safe journey home, and thank you very much for supporting us this evening. Thank you very much.
I thought